Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories. So it's a quick break from the mental health part of it. I was thinking on basically doing some form of tag that I saw that as I was watching this morning that Andy Burns did, that was created by Connor Ward, based on the Autistic Aspergers tag, what it's like to be an autistic adult, or in my case I'm an Aspie, so Aspie adult. So if you're into any of these, basically smash the like and comment below. And also, in saying this, the reason to why I did this in the first place is so that hopefully you can journey with me and get to know me more as a person as a whole. How long we've diagnosed with autism or Asperger's syndrome? Well, it all began basically when we noticed that things went right when I was younger, obviously, because many girls that are misdiagnosed obviously at a young age, because it's always solely focused on the guys, but now there has been more research obviously. But in my case, I was about basically close to 8 years old, being, you know, mute and whatnot, and I felt something felt not quite right when I was trying to fit in and blend in basically in my early years. So my diagnosis then reached the point of being misdiagnosed with ADD, dyslexia, and some other form of learning educational kind of disorder. And then it was clearly noted that while I was going through SPELD and whatnot here in New Zealand, before this person that was diagnosing me passed on, came to that conclusion that I had Asperger's syndrome. But again, more of that will be linked in the description below of my life story about how. What's your biggest struggle at this moment of time while having Asperger's syndrome? There's quite a few struggles that I go through, but obviously I have overcome some of them, even though, you know, it's really hard sometimes in a way of maybe how I communicate and what I say sometimes still confuse people to the core. Obviously, it's like someone says, it's not how I say it, but what I say, or what have you, or vice versa, what I say or how I say it, which is fair enough. You know, fair game, even though, you know, everybody has their different communication styles, so therefore it's that, plus, you know, in some ways my struggles in at the moment is still trying to find work that fits into me with my talents and skills or what have you. So, you know, I'm sure as hell that it will come eventually to that point that will be, you know, finding a job, hopefully. Another one is still to this day, I'm trying to push myself to interact with people. I'm alright with one-on-one interaction, but sometimes in large groups, it can be still a bit overwhelming and stressful for me, obviously, to the point that, you know, as I've mentioned before when socializing with people, about the social energy tank goes empty quite a fair bit, and sometimes I need a breather in that, and many people tend to just misread me or misjudge me on this. And again, this will also be in the description as well as in the I-bar above me. Do you feel held back socially by your autism or Asperger's? In some ways I have been held back, but then again, you know, as I said before, this will roll into what I've just said before in a way of socializing, regardless of my social anxiety and other mix of the host of these kind of diagnoses that I've got, that I'm doing my darn hardest to just trying to push through and not dwell on it, as they say. And actually, in some ways, we know that, you know, everyone's different. However, if not, what are you struggling with? Again, as you know, I just mentioned this. Yes, I am not working, and it's just a matter of finding the right, you know, people around me to support my needs and everything else, even though we're slowly getting some support networks around New Zealand for people like me with autism and Asperger's syndrome, be it on the social medias versus hopefully in the near future there'll be more, you know, medical team and whatnot that will know more about this. Number 5, what would you like seeing yourself in a year's time? In a year's time, I'm hoping to continue with my videos, advocating mentoring for you guys, and hopefully in saying this, that I can push on, strive on for more of my goals and dreams of what I said. Hopefully being financially stable, being able to work with people, regardless if it's just only a short amount of hours at a time, be it voluntary, maybe community support work, hopefully to get me in that stepping stone again for hopefully being with people, as well as maybe pushing out my fear about driving, even though my anxiety goes up the roof sometimes with some people that may drive like a crazy person. What things have you come in recent times really relating to your autism or Asperger's? Again, that will fall on the front of me being able to talk to people, being able to socialize, being able to just be able to express my feelings, thoughts, and whatnot through creative ways, be it reading, writing, or even on the full screen hearsay. I think that I'm getting better regardless of it all, even though many people can judge this for themselves. What things would you like to overcome in the near future relating to your autism or Asperger's syndrome? Probably just the way I communicate, maybe. Trying to get into play of allowing myself to wean myself into the different changes of the transitional changes that goes on, be it if I'm moving around a lot or what have you, and being able to just face my fears of travelling versus, you know, riding in a car or what have you. And also, in saying this about this one is like on number 6, I forgot to add, is accepting my differences from others, that everybody's needs is different, obviously. What's your favourite thing at the moment about yourself being autistic or an Aspie? For me, it's just being able to be creative through my writing, or even just hopefully through my creativity that I'm trying to shine out through my baking or whatever I do that I'm good at, obviously, because obviously we all have our skill set. You know, I'm loving who I am and what I am. I can't just have a quick fix, obviously, or a magic cure by saying be gone, you know, Asperger's syndrome and the like, because obviously it's a part of me. So it's about of just, you know, loving me for who I am, and hopefully in saying this that others around me will love me for who I am, and maybe in the near future, maybe if I do have a decent relationship, that particular someone will actually give me the food for thought of the day of who and what I am, and being able to be the real me. So this quickly ends a real short video about the autism tag. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If any of you that are on the autism spectrum, feel free to do this if you want to. The questions will be linked below, hopefully, in the description. So in all further ado, guys, feel free to smash the like, feel free to subscribe if you want to follow me on my journey. If you do decide to, turn on the notification bell so you can keep up to date with new features. And all further ado, guys, basically, follow me on my social medias. Also, feel free to share these videos along. So in all further ado, guys, thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do.